Sitters was good. This is Joey Edge along with Chris Martinez.
What's happening?
And we are front porch sitting. It's getting a little easier each time. It's getting a little easier to do it without Tyler.
Yeah.
Usually I hit the what's good sitters after he says my name, but it's a work in progress, and we're gonna
man.
Yeah,
you made it easy.
I appreciate that. We're gonna work on it. We're gonna keep going at it. But anyways, a good night on the front porch is a beautiful night.
It is beautiful, gorgeous.
You got dogs coming in and out.
And with that, pet friendly on the front porch.
That's right. My guy Loki right here I thought he was gonna walk away, but he didn't. How you been?
I'm good, man. I'm good. 2 more school days until spring break.
Ooh.
So you already know how that feels. Trav, we're doing better, man. 9:03.
We went live at 9 o'clock.
I'm about to say, you could have clicked the link at 9.
Yeah, you could have clicked the link. Everybody's a comedian now.
Everybody's got jokes.
Everybody's a
tonight.
comedian now.
Here we go. No, man, spring break's right here. The bad part is it's good and bad. Spring break is great. Incredible. There's no such thing as a bad part.
Okay.
The weather's a little cooler than I'd like in spring break, so trying to figure out what we want to do.
Okay, do it at the beginning of the week.
Yeah, beginning of the week.
Beginning of the week. Because Thursday and Friday you'll be right here, right?
Yeah, March Madness.
Yeah. Right here.
We have something coming for you guys. March Madness. John Woodley will be happy. Speaking of John Woodley.
Talk to me about Johnny Boy.
Man, John Woodley, he's a title sponsor, been doing it for quite some time, since basically the inception. He actually asked the question of us the other day, will we sponsor something of his? And I was like, you don't really have to ask, man. Consider it done, sir. But John has the J.W. Weber, the gun store. Awesome place. They literally have everything that you need. Turkey season is this weekend. It's coming up. So if you need any ammo, anything that you may need, they have it. Joey, if you want to give them a call up there to make sure they have it before you get there, what number would you call?
Call 386-243-8587. Let me repeat that. 386-243-8587 is the number to the great JW Weaponry.
Absolutely, man. Again, I can't overstate it enough. Incredible people, store, awesome. I'll save it. We'll maybe save it for next week. People in the chat, Curtis Mesnard, has been a long time.
Long time sitter.
It just took Florida State getting beat by Florida last night for him to be in the chat.
Well, sometimes you got to do what you got to do.
He did what he had to do. Travis Smith, per usual, my dad, Clayton Steinrook, man.
Said he'll be back in 10.
Yeah, all the people.
He's probably working or something.
Probably working, collecting a paycheck. I was going to say there's one thing I must do, Joey. We're not always the most fond of Live Oak, right? It is what it is. Nice people over there, I'm sure. I had someone over there do me a solid. They asked to remain nameless. Do me a solid. So I'm super appreciative of that gesture. So they helped out. They helped us out. Not the front porch high school. They helped us out. So
I'll need to know about that off air.
Sure, I can fill you in. It's nothing.
They just wanted to be nameless, so that's fine.
Correct.
That's fine. I'm gonna shout out my guy Trace McKenzie real quick.
Okay.
Committed to Eastern Florida State College. Shout out another guy, Tyson Ellis, who is at Eastern Florida State College, recruiting his hometown because he knows where winners are bred. And
fact.
And so yeah, shout out to Trace McKenzie for his commitment to Eastern Florida State College and Tyson Ellis. Big fan of both of those guys.
Yes.
So happy for my guy Trace.
Absolutely. Cool thing anytime somebody can advance that playing career. Travis Smith, Brown Lantern is a great place. Can confirm Brown Lantern is top tier. Yeah. I don't know about the second part. Mike Pittman. Mike Pittman's a wild guy.
Yeah.
But Brown Lantern. No free ads.
Nope.
So,
but Mesnard also said the Lantern is a national treasure.
That's definitely can confirm. Hey, Joey, real quick, we want to have everyone stop. If you don't mind, please subscribe, and turn on that bell. You want to click that thing so they can see the cool
do.
graphic.
That's my fault.
That
is my bad.
I wasn't going slow because my brain was going slow. I was going slow because I was trying to cue you up. There it is. Like it, subscribe, turn off the notifications so you don't miss in case we go at 9:03, 9:09, 9:30. Whenever we go, you'll know. So Joey, what we got on the show tonight, sir?
Oh man, a lot actually. For it to be an off-season show, there's a lot going on. I'm gonna pull up the show notes here so me and you can see it. A little March Madness talk, mainly just a tease for some things. NFL free agencies all time, like crazy.
Wild.
TPC coming up. Stephen A. Smith and LeBron about to feud on the court side late last week, early this week.
Was interesting.
There's a fun little which era wins in the NBA.
I love that too. I can't wait to go over that.
Yeah, same. So yeah, a lot of stuff, a lot of stuff, and I'm here for it. I like it.
I have a question. I'm going to throw it to the sitters. Oh, is that Mr. Hosford here? Brown Leonard can't touch the pull.
Who did the pulled pork?
Columbia County Food Service. No, so our cafeteria is. I've talked about it before.
Yeah.
So here we are again.
Kind of fire?
Okay, so it's not what you think cafeteria food is. There's like 3 different lines. You can get like a salad, a charcuterie board tray kind of thing some days. Today was pulled pork. I'm going to be honest, I passed on the pulled pork. Coach Shoop and Mr. Hosser were like, hey, this is really good. This is way better than I expected it to be. Not expectations are bad, but like pulled pork in the cafeteria is not pulled pork coming off of like a grill, smoker or whatever.
Right.
It's really good, apparently. I've never had it. I will have it next time. I'm afraid to say Brown Lantern may beat the pulled pork in the cafeteria.
I don't agree.
Maybe not. So are we going to ask the sitters what we want to do? Where are we going first? We're going to March Madness first. Are we going to talk about the pool? I think we have everyone's attention. We should do it right now.
Pulled pork must have had sauce on it. Good pulled pork don't need sauce.
I think Mr. Hosford might have added sauce.
Tyler Rolfe in the chat.
Shout out.
Miss Tyler.
Do we want to ask them how many entries or like do we want to throw that graphic up there and like just start getting people in?
Yeah.
All right. So we've been asked to do this for a long time. A bracket, front porch sitting, March Madness bracket. So we're going to do it this year. We're going to do it.
It's called a shrimp po'
We're
boy.
going to do it.
Shrimp po' boy. You can't call it a shrimp sandwich.
Well, that's Mr. Mesnard, man.
I know.
He's going to call it a sandwich.
It's like a soup sandwich. We don't want that. It's a shrimp po' boy. Anyway, sorry. Go ahead. Carry on.
Yeah, you just derailed it.
I did. I'm good at that.
It's okay. The March Madness, we're going to do a bracket. We're going to do like cash prize and gift card prize for first and second place. The totals will be disclosed when we have the number of entries.
Right.
It's not a moneymaker for us. We're going to try and make sure you guys can, or maybe you can beat us. Maybe we'll win it, Joey.
I'm going to get in, I can promise you.
Oh, me too. The question I have for the sitters is, what is the acceptable number of brackets allowed per tournament? Per pool, right? Per group?
Per group?
Right, I want to know. So we have it, we have nothing there now. We were going to say limit 1 entry.
I think 1.
You think 1?
I think in
a
scenario like this, I think 1. Personal, like I'm going to run 1 too.
Yeah.
I'll do 2 in mine. Like I let people do 2.
I'm leaning towards 1. Oh, wow. There it is. They have spoken. 1 bracket, Travis Smith, Travis for 1 bracket. Okay, so 1 bracket it is. So there it is. That's how you get in, Joey.
Yeah.
It's on ESPN. And so the group name is FPS 25. Password is really crazy. Stay with it. FPS 25 exclamation point. Throw your brackets in there. Join it. We'll get Tyler to make a quick and easy way to pay. We'll send out the links to those who enter. As long as you pay by Thursday, March 20th, right, Joey? Is that correct?
Yes.
By noon. Yeah. By noon, you'll be in and eligible to win. And then once we have the total number of entries, we'll figure out how we're going to do first place prizes.
Right.
And
it'll be a percentage and whatnot.
Percentage. For sure.
Shout out to my cousin Terrence here. He sent me a picture today of. Let me take this off there. Sorry. We'll put it back up there later on.
Yes, we'll do it again in a minute.
Terrence sent me a picture today of myself and him back in 1996 playing college football.
Wow.
And he said we've been doing this for a long time, and he was not wrong. Almost 20 years, and it was me and him. I couldn't get it to size, so I can't get it. I can't pull it up. It wouldn't size
maybe
right.
Next week.
Maybe next week. Maybe we'll try it next week. But me and Terrence have a national title game to play in one of our dynasties tomorrow. Oh my Jesus!
Pick that up.
Smooth.
My juice went everywhere. Go to one screen, man.
I don't know where it's at. There it is. Oh, my. This seems like a great time because I know somebody who would not let a mistake like that happen, and that is Brian Dix at Brian Sports. He would not spill his juice because he's the GOAT.
Gotta be kidding me.
What's some napkins out here?
Oh, can I just grab this? Oh, there are some, man.
No, you can. Yeah,
No,
I don't.
no,
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 you
no,
can
no,
use
no,
that.
no,
I
no.
don't give a darn.
Those are.
No, those are wetter than the table at this point.
Juice.
Than the juice. Anyways, Brian Sports, man. Brian Sports is one of the greatest places literally on the history of the planet. Chris is very upset that his juice got spilled. It's not that the juice got spilled. It's that you have to, it's just the whole situation. Leave it there. It'll be fine. Brian Sports. Go see my guy Brian at Brian Sports. You can go see Benton up there as well now. He's up there several days a week. Or give him a call, 755-0570. Mention Front Porch Sitting. Get 10% off. And yeah, just like I said, my guy Brian, he's he's as good as it gets. He's gonna always take care of the people of our area, so we got to take care of him. Yeah, so go see my guy Brian. Travis said first class podcasting right here. Get this nowhere else. He is not wrong. You get this nowhere else. We're good. Leave it right there. Everything's good now.
Wow. Yeah. Anyways, all right. So the bracket's going to be really awesome. I'll do my best not to spill my juice. That's the first time in 3 years I've ever spilt my juice. That's insane. If you only saw the amount of juice that just went all over the table, y'all would be thrilled. Oh. I mean, that's a full bottle of juice there. I'm so sorry. I will help clean afterwards. So, anyway, join the bracket. Joey, do you want to talk a little bit about the bracket right now, or we want to wait till next week when it's set? I figured we would tease it this week.
Yeah.
As far as, like, the bracket, because Coach Woodley has wanted us to do that for quite some time.
Any bracket.
He's been honest about it.
Coach Woodley is a huge bracket guy. He wanted us to do a college football bracket. He wanted us to do an NCAA bracket. Here we are. We're doing brackets.
Finally did it.
I don't know for sure. Like, so, do you want to talk about the bracket or no?
I don't think yet. I mean,
wait till next week.
I think next week because the seating will be set.
Yeah,
right?
everything will be set by Sunday night.
I think let's wait till next week. We'll talk about it then. Just because it's not set yet.
Trav said I set some on a tripod the night that I was there and it didn't spill. How do you do that? Some juice. He's talking about juice.
Right. I don't know how. I don't know. I'm glad I didn't know you did that because it means we had to move a camera or you did it on a camera. If you put juice on our
I was a witness.
I
was a witness. It wasn't where a camera was.
Okay. So where do you want to go to? You want to go to free agency?
Yeah.
Let's get to something. Jeez.
Yeah, let's do a little free agency. Let me look right here. Yeah. Free agency.
That's what's next, right?
Yes, that is what is next. So a lot's going on, Chris.
You see what I added to the show notes right there, big dog?
I did.
Laramie Tunsil, baby.
Laramie Tunsil getting traded to the Commanders?
To the Commanders. So I think there's like some layers to this. Great Laramie Tunsil, Columbia High School alum.
Right.
Highest
I do
paid.
understand. I want to stay here for a minute on this.
Yes. I think he's the highest paid tackle, top paid tackle, top three paid tackle in the country.
He was the highest paid for a minute.
At one point last year, maybe 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Anyways, extremely good player. If you did the Columbia High School Mount Rushmore, he would be on the Columbia High School Mount Rushmore.
Yes.
Right? He's a Hall of Famer, future Hall of Famer. Gave up 1 sack last year. I've seen some people say like it's over.
Can we do that?
What?
Columbia High Mount Rushmore.
Yeah, we'll do that. We'll have to do some arrows though. We're gonna piss a lot of people off, brother.
Maybe we don't need to do that.
Probably don't need to do it.
Poor idea.
Maybe by sport, by era. As many Mount Rushmore as we can do, buddy, before we piss some people off.
I don't know if we need to do that.
Probably don't want to do it.
No, let's skip that idea. Let's go back to Laramie Tunsil.
Laramie Tunsil. He would have a spot on the Mount Rushmore, though.
Yes, without question. Actually,
so he got traded to the Washington Commanders.
Yes.
But some people there's been mixed feelings about it.
I've seen that.
So some people are saying he's old.
Yeah, he's not that old.
He's 30.
Right.
Just turned 30. So, I guess he's on the back half of his career.
Sure he is.
Of course. But he's still top 3 tackle in the country, in the world.
In the league. Yeah, I agree with that. And I think, so he did have a lot of penalties last year. And most of them were false starts and a few holdings.
He's going to jump it.
Yeah.
He's going because there's freaks on the other side. So,
But-
yes, that's fine.
But ultimately, he gave up 1 sack.
1 sack.
Me and Mr. Peeler. By the way, I'm very jealous that you get to talk all the sports with Peeler and
Yes.
Beatles and Hosford and Shoop.
Yeah.
It really bothers me that you get to do that and I don't.
It's so good.
But whatever.
And I get paid for that.
Yeah, and I got to talk to Mr. Peeler today at the baseball game because he was the admin on duty.
Yeah.
And so we talked about all kinds of stuff for literally the entire time that I was there, and then I left and came here and started preparing. But that was one of the things that we talked about was like Laramie's not a bad player, and it's a perfect scenario for him because you got a team that wants to get right. Like they had all the little pieces. Like there's some teams that like the Bears, for instance, they had big pieces, they didn't have the little pieces.
Yep.
The Commanders had the little pieces, they didn't have the big pieces. Now they got Laramie Tunsil. Now they got Debo Samuel.
Yeah.
Like,
and the other thing is too.
Just
So
saying.
if you're worried about him, if you're worried about him having penalties or giving up sacks, it's not easy to sack the guy that plays quarterback for them now.
yes.
So I don't know. I think it's a good fit. I like it. 3 years, $25 million a year. So 3 years, $75 million, I should say. I don't know. I think it's a good move. I like it for him. I think he needed something a little bit more fresh. I think he was ready to get out of Texas.
I think so too.
So I think it's good. I think it's really good.
Yeah, I'm wholeheartedly in agreement with all of that. I think I like what Washington's done.
Yeah, I
Like I
agree.
said, I think they've done a good job of getting the big pieces they needed.
Yeah.
I think the chess piece of Debo Samuel, like you can kind of move him everywhere. You already got Terry McLaurin, and now you get a guy that's not expected to have a 1,000-yard receiving season, but he can do everything else. He's going to block
Debo.
well.
Yeah.
He's going to run, get it out of the backfield some. He's going to be in motion. He does everything else. And I think that with Kingsbury there, I think that they got a guy that can play with that game.
Yep, I like it.
Yeah. Josh Allen got an extension with the Bills. Huge.
I think that's massive. I think
Had to.
it's quarterback position in NFL. If you got one, you better keep one.
Mm-hmm. Biggest contract in the history of the league.
Huh.
Don't have a problem with
Probably worth it.
it. Don't have a problem with it.
It's the position.
100%
He's
is the
elite
position.
at the position.
And he's an elite. Yeah, he's elite at that position.
You're gonna
So,
get elite money. You're
Yep.
gonna set. Yeah, you're
Have
gonna,
to.
yeah, no doubt. I'm good with that.
Myles Garrett got the biggest extension ever, not by a quarterback. How do you feel about that?
I don't know if I like that.
I just don't. It doesn't make sense to me if you're the Browns.
It sounds like something the Browns would do.
100%. Right?
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think edge rusher is like, it's not okay. I'm gonna say a big statement, but don't panic yet. It's not like running back where you can plug and play.
Okay.
But there are a lot of talented third down guys. Now, Myles Garrett is not just a third down guy.
No.
He's a hell of an edge setter. He also can get after the quarterback. So he's not that. But there are a lot of like extremely talented edges that come out of college every single year. Are they Myles Garrett? No. But we're not talking about extending someone. We're talking about the biggest extension ever.
Right.
And he's been in the league for a while.
Yeah, I mean, he's still a relatively young guy. But my thing with Myles Garrett is, I would say 27.
Keep going. 29.
29. Okay, so that's not bad.
December of 29. So he just turned 29.
But so my thing with Myles Garrett, like in Cleveland, like you said, I think he may be the best player in all of football.
Myles Garrett?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Can't get there. He's good
I'm trying to think of one better
in all of football.
in all of football.
I mean,
Like everybody values the quarterback position, yes.
yeah.
But
I mean, I was going to say there's probably because of the quarterback they touch it every single time. Like he is the guy, the quarterback position.
yeah.
Keep going. I'm gonna do a little bit of research.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting that comment.
Yeah, I don't know, man. He affects the game in so many different ways, not just getting after the quarterback. Like he plays the run, like you said, he sets the edge. Like he's a tremendously good football player. However, the Browns have a tremendous amount of needs, mainly at the front office, if we're being totally honest.
No doubt.
And you can't. No, there's no amount of money in the world that you can save to make the front office better.
Just real fast.
Yeah.
Chris Jones. I think he's better. But he plays interior, so he's not edge.
Is he better than T.J. Watt? I think.
I don't know that he's better than T.J.
I think
Watt.
he's
I
better
don't
than
think I
T.J.
can
Watt.
get there.
Saquon was the first guy that I thought of in my head. But I don't know. Either way.
Sure.
If you trade
Very
him,
good.
And get whatever picks you can get from him, the next team gives him the extension. It makes more sense to me if you're the Browns. The Browns they have to rebuild. They're in a division where no matter what happens with them, like they can't compete in that division. They're not going to be as good as Baltimore. And they're not going to be as good as Cincinnati.
I agree.
Not for 2 to 3 years minimum.
What about Patrick Mahomes?
He's
a quarterback.
Yeah, he's
a
got to be
non-quarterback.
Yeah, he's got to be in that conversation.
Michael Parsons.
He's got to be in that conversation.
Michael Parsons, Brian Burns, Nick Bosa are all graded better than Myles Garrett. Very small. I mean, slim margin. Very slim margin. I would take Myles Garrett over. I love Brian Burns, but I would take him over Brian Burns. Mm-hmm. It's a tight race. And Nick Bosa, I think Nick Bosa is more one-sided as he's an edge guy that's going to go get the quarterback. Not so much be as good as Garrett in the run. But Michael Parsons is a difference maker. Danielle Hunter is really good too, but he's
on the backside.
He's the number one on this list. But I think Trey had a comment for Kurt up there.
Yeah. We'll get to that one first. Kurt says Russell Wilson to the Brownies.
He's got to go somewhere.
That seems like something the Browns would do. Overpay for a bad quarterback. I don't know that Russell Wilson would go there. I really don't.
He just went to Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
With one weapon.
I think they traded for him at Pittsburgh, though, didn't they?
Yeah, but he could have did some tricky business with the way his contract was structured. He didn't have to go.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know where Russell Wilson ends up. And I'm trying to figure out where Aaron Rodgers ends up, too.
I think Aaron Rodgers ends up in Pittsburgh, which means Russ has to go. But I talked to one of my friends that's very, very big Pittsburgh fan. He's like, if we're going to get Aaron Rodgers, then let me just keep Russ.
Well, Russ is a free agent, so he ain't coming back, I don't think.
No, I think he's gone. I'm just saying, sign him instead of Aaron. Mm-hmm. Go keep him.
I think Aaron Rodgers goes to the Vikings.
Yeah, Darnold just went to Seattle.
Seattle.
Yeah.
And then they got J.J. McCarthy, which is why they were able to get rid of Darnold, because they think that he's the heir apparent in the future. And he probably is, but you sign Aaron Rodgers just in case. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree with that.
Does Kenny Pickett start for the Browns next year at this very moment? Yeah. It doesn't have a choice. They don't have another guy. So, ultimately, do I think he does? No. I think it ends up being probably somebody like a Russell Wilson, an older guy that needs to back in the career. Yeah, that's why I said that. Travis said complete the Favre arc, 100%. That's why I said Minnesota.
What the heck? That is so true.
Yeah, literally place for place, except for Atlanta drafted Favre.
Insane.
Everywhere else, exactly the same.
The
path.
arc. No, you have to. Just make it happen. Make it happen. We need to get Mr. Hosford on here to talk pro basketball when it gets closer to playoffs. Yeah, he said he would. Doug said next time we have an interesting topic. I'm like, every time is an interesting topic. Doug, you know Doug.
Doug told me today why he doesn't come on, but
yeah, but we can work around that.
That's what I told him. I was like, we have issues around.
We have a dumb button. But he said he'll come on, so we got some good interviews coming up soon too. But
true.
Justin Fields or Jordan Travis for the Jets.
Justin Fields.
J-Trav, baby. You can't ask me that question. You know what I'm going to say. Somebody, what?
Yeah.
There's a thumbs up on my face. You didn't see that?
No. Was there?
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't.
Yeah, no, I think Fields is the starter there. They gave him $20 million a year.
No, they paid him like a starter, so he's going to be the starter. I'd rather see Jordan Travis personally.
Can you explain? Okay, explain to me the Rams' philosophy here. They cut Cooper Kupp, paid him a certain amount of money to not play. The cap hit was going to be like 25 and 29, I think, million for the next 2 years.
For Kupp.
For Kupp.
Yep.
They signed Devontae Adams for 21-25 or something like that. Why? What's the point?
Do they think Devontae Adams is that much better than Cooper Kupp? Is Tay and Puka like does that work better than Kupp and Puka?
I don't think it does.
I don't either. But that's their logic. That's got to be the reasoning.
I just feel like Kupp's like a locker room guy, like a glue guy.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong.
There's a story there. I'll get to it.
I can't wait.
Yeah.
It struck me as weird that a team like the Rams that have, typically have a really good locker room. They have Stafford who, for a little while was apparently being shopped. I think that's squared away now.
Yeah.
But it just struck me as weird that you cut Cooper Kupp and signed Devontae Adams, who's older and kind of the same guy right now. Like 3-4 years ago, I'm with it.
Yep.
Tay was kind of that guy then. Like he did a lot of different things, but now it's like
I agree.
He's a route runner that
doesn't have as much burst.
That don't have the burst or what. I don't know. It didn't strike me as a great move by LA.
I'll say this: you lose your steps fast at that position. Like it happens really quick. You don't slowly decline that wide receiver or DB.
It's like
fast.
Yeah.
Because 1 step or 2 steps is the difference in the touchdown.
Yeah, for sure. Joey Bosa to the Bills. If he stays healthy, it's a big get.
Yeah, I think they're trying to bolster the roster. I think they're trying to make good moves. You extend Josh Allen, and then you start adding some pieces. If they draft well, it could be big for the Bills. They're close. I think the Bills are close. I really do.
My problem with the Bills is at receiver you re-sign Khalil Shakir. I think Khalil Shakir is a good player.
He's fine.
Say it again.
He's fine.
He's fine, right?
Fine player.
Yeah, and then you sign Josh Palmer 3 years to $36 million.
Don't like that.
You're paying these like all you do is go get average receivers. What's the point?
I mean, unless they want to lean on the defense, which they could not do last year, and then let Josh Allen be a game manager plus because he is a plus game manager.
100%.
He's elite, but I'm saying if you're asking him to do that, he can absolutely do that. So I don't know. That's got to be the thought process. Get guys that can get open and like maybe they make a move for Kupp. I don't know. It's a great fit there, but it would be. I would like to see. I think he's the perfect guy for Josh Allen.
Actually, that's pretty strong.
Yeah, he's gonna get open. He's gonna catch the ball.
I do like that.
I don't know if they have enough money to do that.
Well, not that now that you paid Shakir $60 million over 5 years, and then Josh Palmer $36 million over 3.
I'm sure
I don't like the money. It's not that I dislike the players.
Right.
I don't have any problem with Shakir. I think Shakir's a good player, and I think I like Josh Palmer. I think he's a good player, but he's not $12 million a year good. And Shakir's not 16, 17 million a year good. You know what I mean? Like it just, I don't know. Weird to me that they did that, but
it is weird.
I think we've touched on everything
I
else.
think we have. So
Gardner Johnson traded to the Texans. You think it's weird that the Eagles let him walk? You think they knew?
I think they knew.
I think so too.
Yeah.
I think they knew that he was going to do something stupid kind of soon.
He's getting
and said, "Let's get him out of here."
Yeah, I think they knew. It's the offseason. Trey Hosford. So him and Kurt went and watched the Hawks. The Cavs play the Hornets in Charlotte basketball. And they were riding up, long ride, call ESPN like a talk show radio. And I'll have to get the call from Trey. He sent it to me. We'll have to get it up. We'll have to get the call up and explain why Trey may be on at ESPN because he was an A-plus caller. He's already super knowledgeable about basketball. And then the Cavs, he's also very knowledgeable about the Cavs. So it was a really good call into like one of these like morning talk shows on ESPN.
Big
it was
fan.
Good. It was really good. It was really good. He gave Kurt a shout out. It was dope. It was cool.
Big fan of that.
Yeah, Mahoney. We do know the score.
Hosford's
Does anyone know the total like series record of that game? That series?
Total?
Yes.
I know over the last
I don't care. I
7-8
series,
years, it's a dominant performance.
The history of the entire history. You can't have revisionist history short term. The history.
I don't know about the history.
Down 8.
It's a lot of games.
Down 8.
I know the last.
Down 8.
I know the last 10 years, Florida State is not winning.
Down 8 in the history of the organization.
At this rate, give it 3 more years, Florida will be winning.
Yeah, what are you going to do when y'all get rid of, what's his name, O'Sullivan?
Oh, he ain't going anywhere.
He better not. It's about the only place they'll hire him.
He ain't going anywhere.
He's the only place that'll hire him. So yeah,
He ain't going nowhere. All right, teams that are winning the offseason. Do you have anything here? I have a couple. We talked about one, Commanders.
Yeah, I was gonna say Washington off the top of my head. I think
Yeah.
Washington. I like that. I think Pittsburgh is like a move or two away from having like a decent offseason. I think getting Metcalf along with George Pickens can keep the locker room happy. That's not for me to figure out. If anyone can, Mike Tomlin can. But I like what they're doing potentially there. They're like a move or two away, Joey, but they're close.
Yeah.
Who for you?
So I like the Bears because I mentioned it earlier. Like the Bears had the big pieces. They got their quarterback. They got the receivers. They got the splash players. They got the big names. But what they lacked was, and you say this all the time, like if you're going to build a team, where do you want to build a team from?
Trenches.
From the trenches. And that's what they've done. They've gotten two guards that are going to start and a center that's going to start in the middle of the O-line. Like that's if you're Caleb Williams, you have to be loving life right now.
Right.
And then they've gotten a couple pieces on the defensive side of the ball as well. I like what the Bears have done.
They also have the 10th pick too.
Yes.
Well, in that range somewhere. Trades can happen, but
Yeah.
that's interesting too. That's a pretty high. That's a pretty high pick. I've seen Ashton Genty like mocked there a couple of times.
It's interesting.
That is interesting. I don't know that I hate it.
I don't either, because I think they could use a lot, but they're one of those teams. So like to me, if somebody like Dallas were to take Genty, that's insanely dumb to me.
Yes, I agree.
Not because Genty's not a great player, and I don't think he's going to be above and beyond special in the league. I think he's going to be a pretty good player, and that's about the extent of it. But for a team like the Bears, who don't have like a ton of needs, they have a new head coach that was an offensive genius.
Yep.
With Detroit,
and you saw what he did with the backs there.
Right.
Genty fits that mold of those type of backs,
especially David Montgomery.
Yeah. Not so much Gibbs.
No, he
Gibbs
don't have the juice that Gibbs has. Not
I don't
many
think
do.
he's as good out of the backfield either.
Not many are.
We never saw him at Boise really do that. So I
No,
don't know
because
if
they
he
didn't.
can,
Give him the ball in between the tackles 30 times, and he's
runner.
fixing to go this way a lot.
and he's good at it. He's
very good at it.
Really good at it. But I don't like. I like that. I like the Bears.
Yeah, I like where they're at. I really do.
Not bad.
Ben Johnson is. I think he's going to be good for them.
Hostler would like that too. He's a big Bears fan.
He is a Bears fan. Losers for me, the Bengals.
Bengals.
And I'll tell you why. It's not because of anything they've done.
I got one too. I have a question.
There's a tweet about this, but the tweet says no team may have been hit harder today than the Bengals. Myles Garrett, $40 million per year extension, reset both the pass rush market, which impacts their best player, that's a current free agent, and Trey Hendrickson, and the benchmark for the highest paid non-quarterback, which is something that Jamar Chase wants to be.
Yes.
That's not good for either of those situations. That's actually bad for both.
Right.
And then DK Metcalf's trade and $33 million per year extension will likely push T. Higgins' asking price higher. Not good for the Bengals, which was previously believed to be around the $30 million per year, and that will probably change now.
So the price
is only going up.
Price is only going up for the Bengals. What about the 49ers? What's happening there? They seem to be offloading a lot.
I don't know.
Juszczyk, talking about locker room guy.
That's the one I can't wrap my head around. Like, why get rid of him?
I don't know.
Unless
Debo, fine.
Yeah. Don't have a problem with that.
But Juszczyk, I can't imagine he's asking for like way over market value.
No, he's like a 9-time Pro Bowler.
I mean, my God. I mean, it's at fullback, so there's not a lot.
Right, and there's only 3 of them, but
still,
and they all make the Pro Bowl every year.
Right, yeah.
But that's not the point. Like, he's a good one.
He's very good.
He
could play tight end or H-back. Like, he could easily do that. That's interesting. Very interesting. They use him as a tight end, or he literally is an H-back, but he could be a tight end. I don't know, man. That's peculiar to me, what they have going on there in San Fran.
Yeah, I agree with that.
It's weird.
I trust John Lynch and Shanahan. They've done it the right way for a long time. So
They ain't missed much.
They ain't missed many. So I will give them the benefit of the doubt and trust them on this one. But I'm with you. I didn't understand the Juszczyk move at all.
Yeah.
There's been a few other ones that I didn't have a problem with, Greenlaw and that kind of thing, like whatever. But I don't know. I don't know about that. Bears also signed D-tackle Grady Jarrett and Deo Odin Yigbo.
He did really good there.
Yeah, thanks. I think that's it for there.
That's it.
That's it. You want to hit up our last ad read of the night?
Yeah, man. So, all right. I don't have a picture of it yet, but I'm going to. And I suggest all of you who need anything built. So here's what it is. So I was just talking with Josh. We get our haircut there, obviously. So he has the dartboard, but he has a dartboard that's really cool. It has like the frame around it, basically. So like if you miss left or right, up or down, within reason, you're not gonna put a hole in your wall or search for the dart or whatever if you're outside. Like,
right.
It's not gonna go in. It's not gonna go in something you don't want it to go into.
Right.
It's gonna go into like a wood structure or whatever. So I was like, man, Josh, that's really awesome. You know, like we were playing darts in Blue Ridge Mountains, had an awesome time. I was like, Kelsey and I miss left or right, up or down. I don't really want to like damage my wall. So I was like, it'd be really cool if I could, if I had one of those. He was like, okay, cool. I could probably build it. And I'm like, all right, well, let me know how much the materials cost, and like that'd be cool. I was expecting like a very I don't know, simple design, Joey. Just really like 4 pieces of like wood.
I don't know why, honestly.
I don't know because I don't have a brain.
With him,
So
I don't know why you would have thought that with him.
Josh goes, what are the dimensions? And I'm like, oh boy, he's gonna go above and beyond here.
Yep.
And so I sent him like where I want to put it, dimensions. It's like a 3 foot. Anyways, so he builds it like in less than a week, and he calls me and is like, hey, it's ready. I can bring it to you. I'm like, Josh, you're not about to deliver this to me. Like, I'll go get it. Like, thank you so much. Like, I'll go get it.
Mm-hmm.
And so I go pick it up. His wife is there and his daughter is there and they're working. But it's the nicest, like, handcrafted thing that I personally have ever had gifted to me, like, woodwork-wise. Like, it is insane. They burnt, like, the edges so it has, like, that rustic feel. They stained it with, like a dark wood, like a cherry wood almost, so it has, like, the Florida State like a garnet tint to the wood that's already burnt already. It looks insane. It's so nice. He even put felt on the backside of it so it doesn't scratch up my wall.
Oh my God.
I'm like, dude, are you serious right now? Like, what in the heck? It has like places where the darts go in, and then there's like 3 more. It's so nice. So I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it hung up. Josh is actually gonna help me come hang it up because it's kind of big. I don't want to mess it up. I'm honestly scared to mess it up. I can hang it up. Absolutely can hang it up. But it's just too nice. I don't want to mess it up. So he's going to help me do it. But when he does that, we're going to take a picture of it. It's just so good, man. They worked on it together as a family. Christy's in the chat with a heart. Like, they all worked on it. Like, his daughter worked on it. It's so dope. It meant so much to me and Kelsey. Like, it's awesome. Like, we're going to have Dart Night Travis for real. Inside the man cave. Legitimate. Set up.
Can't wait.
It's up. Like it's gonna be fun.
That's awesome.
It's gonna be a lot of fun. So whenever I get it done, hung
Right.
up, I'll send a picture. We'll put it on here so you guys can see it. He said he'll build more for sitters. So if they want it, like he can build it custom to you. And there's like a lot of different things they can do. He can do like barn doors if you want, like barn doors, like swinging doors, anything that you want, he can do. But he's also really good at cutting hair. Which is
that's where I was.
Which is what we are sponsored for. He just does everything, man. He just does everything. So good at everything. Family, like I said, family business, family. Like the shops in the backyard. You see the family. It's just awesome. It's just really, really good. Don't deserve him. We don't deserve him as a sponsor. Really, really, really good. Great haircut.
Mm-hmm.
I talked about last week. He got a lifetime person show up and get their haircut from now on, moving forward. So if they want to go on the schedule, Joey, what is the number they would text to go ahead and secure their appointment?
386-247-1430. 386-247-1430. Text Josh immediately. He's going to shoot you that schedule. Get your name on the schedule. Let's get to work.
You will not regret it. You really will not regret it.
Promise. Promise. It won't be a regret. All right. Chris, do you want to go TPC?
I would love to go to the TPC.
Did you do some research?
I just did. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I want to go. I knew you would.
I did. So the favorite is Scotty Scheffler.
Naturally.
Plus 400 to win.
That's so small. Good Lord.
That's insane.
He has won here the last 2 years. But
yeah, he plays the course very well.
Yes,
as of this morning, Scotty Scheffler plus 400.
Sheesh.
Joey, who do you like that's not named Scotty Scheffler?
Like not we're not talking about long shots. Just he's
Not
plus
long-
500 right now.
Not long.
Scheffler.
Who Scheffler is?
Yeah.
Not long shots. Yes. Yet.
I like. There's 3, back to back on the odd sheet. Colin Morikawa at 1,200. Ludwig Oberg. It's Oberg. It's spelled Aberg. It's actually Oberg.
Oberg.
At 1,600, and Tommy Fleetwood at 25-1. That's the 3 that I like. That aren't long shots.
No, there's a heck of a tier right there though. It's a pretty steep drop off.
I really wanted to like Rory, but he has a trend of like every other year missing the cut here. So this is the year that he misses the cut here.
He'll win it.
Yeah, exactly. 100%. That's exactly what
I like
said.
Xander. I like Xander Schauffele a little bit. He plays well at this course. I don't know what he is currently. He was 2,200 this morning. Plus 2,200, I should say.
Oh, get out of my way. He is 25 currently.
25? Yeah, so he's going up a little bit. Trav said pulling for Max Homa and Sepp Straka. Straka is plus 4,000. I would call that a bit of a long shot. Mesnard. My money is on Scheffler until someone dethrones him. Yeah. Most everyone's is, it looks like.
Yes. Yes, it is. Longer shots? Do you have any like kind of long shots here?
To be honest, I could lie and say yeah. I don't hate Shane Lowry. It's plus 4,000. Is that's pretty long to me.
Yeah, no. We'll call that long. I do like Shane Lowry. He typically plays well here, so that's not. I mean, he can go low at any time. I like Shane Lowry. My 2 that I really, really like at a 50 or higher are Siwoo Kim. He's won here before, and he's won here in a dominant style. That's been a few years, but whatever. And then a little lefty Brian Harman. I like Brian Harman this week.
We're gonna go next year. We're gonna go next year. We're gonna film from there next year. It's going to happen.
Yeah.
We're going to. I really want to go. I like that. I like that. It's too much fun.
Yeah, it is a good time. It is very much so a good time.
It'll be on my house all weekend.
Same. I won't be here Saturday. I'll be somewhere else, but Savannah actually.
Yeah.
But everything else, I'll keep up with it tomorrow, Friday, and then I will watch it all day Sunday for sure. Yeah, I like Siwoo Kim at 60, I think is what he is. I like here's first round leader. I'm gonna go ahead and tell you right now. I'm gonna have money on first. Allegedly, I'll have maybe money on first round leader Siwoo Kim at 60-1, and Brian Harman at 75-1 to be the first round leader.
I like both of those.
Yeah, I hit one a couple of weeks ago. It's kind of nice.
I saw that actually. Allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly. Other than that, I have nothing else for
I don't have anything else for TPC.
TPC. So last thing, I think, right?
Yeah, moving on. Let's get to it. Oh, 2 things. We can be brief on that. You want to
Let's do that. Let's do that first.
All right.
That's pretty cool that it makes it big. Sorry.
Pause. Let's get to it.
Let's
do it.
So did you see the comments that Stephen A. made originally?
Yeah, he talked about him as a basketball player.
LeBron James Jr., Bronny James.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
Said that he didn't really deserve to be in the NBA, basically in a nutshell, and it was his daddy's work, in a nutshell.
Okay. Yes.
Right. In a nutshell.
Yeah. In a nutshell, for the conversation's sake, yes, that's what he said. Is there any untruth to that?
In my opinion?
Yeah, your
absolutely
opinion.
not.
So
Absolutely not.
That's what we're paid to do. Give our opinion.
Right.
None.
Zero.
No, that's true.
So the part that bothered me,
Bronny didn't start at USC. Just let that be known.
he averaged like 4.6 a game at USC.
Yeah, in college. And his offers were like Florida Gateway, college, and USC. That's what he had that he could commit to. And I think there's guys out there in Lake City that will strap him up. Tyson Wright will absolutely put him in a phone booth.
Yes. I 100% agree with all of this.
Okay.
So did you see where LeBron James...
I just didn't want anyone to think I'm like sliding
No.
Florida Gateway.
No.
I'm not. I'm not spilling juice. I'm plugging this in.
So did you see where LeBron confronted him courtside? Like literally on the side of the court and started talking to him about how it was bull crap and how he didn't appreciate it and it was very disrespectful and blah, blah, blah.
Yes, I saw that.
And then you saw Stephen A's comments of, you have my number. We ain't have to do it there. You could have called me. You could have texted me. We could have set it up. I would have flown out to you.
I lost respect for him because he had kid gloves. Anyone else who would not have had kid gloves, he would not have been soft with them.
Probably.
Thrashed them.
Yeah, you're right. You are right.
I lost respect for him personally.
I still like Stephen A.
I mean, and that's fine. I lost respect for him. He could have handled that. In my opinion, he could have done better about how he handled it. Like on first take. He could have went like scorched earth. Instead, he took the position of he came to me as a father, and I'm a father, so I can respect that. I hate to say this, Joey, but the majority of people that he talks about are somebody's son, obviously, and potentially have children, and they're somebody's father. So every person that you are so opinionated about is a father or is a son or
Right.
at least, at worst, is a son of a father.
Right.
So does everyone get the same treatment that LeBron got because you told the truth about him,
Right.
his son?
Trav said, "But are you gonna get mad if someone talks about your kid on national media?" I mean, if my
Me?
kid, if my kid makes it to that point in life, what am I supposed to say? I mean,
So
am I gonna be
I'm trying
happy?
to answer Trav's question.
Yeah.
I'm trying to be. So for someone like LeBron, who's never done anything like this, it is a touch out of character. He also made it happen, so you have to wear some of it.
Right.
I think
that's where I'm at.
I think for me, it's the manner. Him sticking up for his kid, 100%. I mean, he would be wrong to not stick up for his kid.
100%.
You're gonna do that for yours
Every time.
I'm gonna do that for mine.
Right.
I think most every man would. Every man would, most likely, if they have in their kid's life.
Right.
I think it's like maybe the way he did it. Mm-hmm. And I'll go a step further. I don't think I have a problem with LeBron correcting him. I really don't. Actually, now that I think about it, now that I say it out loud, I don't. It's fine. Be a dad, but you're also a professional athlete.
Right.
And you forced your son to also be a professional athlete. So,
Right.
he has to own some of that.
I think, yeah,
And
again,
Stephen A. Smith should have came back and said what I just said. Like, that's fine. You can be upset as a father, but
but you created this monster.
you named him LeBron James Jr. You literally did that.
Yeah.
Like he and LeBron does say he regrets doing that. Like you did that.
Right.
You made the Lakers draft him. Mm-hmm. He's putting up historically the worst numbers in the league, in league history. Right?
Yeah. I mean, he doesn't really play a whole lot.
But his numbers are bad when he plays.
Yeah. Yeah. No, because he's bad at basketball. But Mesnar said LeBron is completely in the wrong. Bronny is not very good.
A word.
Trav said it hits home for him because he knows it's true. And I think that's where it's at. I think he knows. And again, if I'm in his situation, do I do everything I can to get my son to that level? I mean, I'm going to try. I may not do everything that he did because I want my son to be able to earn it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and I tell Ben that all the time. Like, you're probably in a situation where, you know, you could get a little bit more handouts, but I'm not okay with that. Like, I don't want you to have a handout. I want you to earn everything that way when you look back at your athletic career, you can be like, I did this. I didn't get my brother or my uncle or my dad to do anything for me,
right,
or whatever. I did this. Like, I think that says something.
No, I agree.
And so I don't know that I would do it exactly the way that LeBron has done it, but at the same time, he's your kid, so you're going to do what you got to do.
And when the criticism comes, like you
have to understand that it's coming.
Yeah, and maybe don't do it courtside. Like you want to power up on Stephen A. Smith. Fine, like I don't care that much about Stephen A. Smith, but like it's a weird flex maybe, like right, because you know he's professional and he's not gonna do anything crazy right there, nor is that probably in his best interest. So again, you feel safer, you can do that. But again, my issue I think on the fly on the spot here is Stephen A. Smith, like his rebuttal or like him like responding and the way he responded. But he also is probably doing what his agent tell him to do and what's best for his career in this industry. So
yeah, I'm sure.
Could be that.
Mesnard said I would score more points than Bronny at 46 years old.
I've seen Mesnard hoop, and I agree. He can hoop.
Yeah.
Mesnard can ball.
Trav said, but I don't fault him at all. But when you do the things when you do things that will draw criticism, you have to be able to wear that.
Yeah,
That's
bingo.
Yeah, agree.
And we've said that, so they're 30 seconds behind. So, yeah, we're all saying the same thing.
Yep. I would be on ESPN talking bad word about how my son should be in the G League forever. Tough love, Gen X. There's Mesnard. Probably should have read that one before I read that one.
Yeah. Yeah, you didn't hit the dump button, baby. You can read, though.
You dang right. All right. Last thing, NBA related as well. Clayton Steinrook, who was in the chat, and now he's not.
He sent it to you?
Yeah, he tagged us in it on Twitter, actually.
I seen it.
Trav said Stephen A. is the equivalent of a keyboard warrior, just with a mic instead of a keyboard, too.
Yeah, he just didn't go to war when it was time to go to war. He
Yeah.
sat back, took it on the chin, and I don't know that I would have done that if I was him.
All right, so it's a little graphic here.
You make that larger?
Not really, because it makes it weird, but
Oh, it distorts it.
yeah. I can make it larger for me and you.
All right, that's fine. Yeah, that works.
Yeah. All right. So it's which era wins? I've had a hard time with this. There's the silent generation, which I'm not going to say they win just because I never saw them.
I didn't watch them.
I didn't watch them.
I can't. I'm going to have. Can I do a favor and say that we can just leave them off? And
Yes.
We'll go baby boomers to Gen Z.
Yeah, boomers to Gen Z.
Okay. Let's go boomers to Gen Z. So let's start with who's definitely getting beat.
Gen Z.
Yeah. Yeah. Who's on Tatum?
Shea. I'm not 100%
I
sure
don't
who
know
that
who
is.
that
in the
guy
middle.
is. Anthony.
Anthony Edwards
and
and
Luka.
Luka. Yeah.
I think they're pretty good. But they're
No,
going, they're
they-
going on first.
they can
They're-
score.
They're all really good. Let's
They can
just-
score. They can absolutely score.
Yeah.
They can't play defense.
Travis says this. Keep this here, Joey, so we can see it.
Yeah.
Depends on the rule set. Let's call it not Gen Z, not boomers where you punch people in the mouth, but let's go like Gen X.
Yeah.
Somewhere in between like Gen X and the millennials type of basketball.
Yeah, or just 2000s. 2000s basketball.
2000s.
Yeah, 2000s basketball.
So you can still play defense. You can still hand check. Right?
Yeah, we can still hand check a little bit.
They were doing that. All right. So Gen Z is gone. Ooh. Good Lord, this is great.
I mean, so like the
Like the
millennials.
millennials have to be in, right? You're saying no, there's no Kobe on the millennials.
Terrence said boomers would be great, but gonna have trouble with 3-point shooting.
That's where I'm at.
So here's me. Here's where I'm at.
Oh my God.
The millennials can score
Yes.
with the best of them, and they can play a little defense if LeBron wants.
Who?
If LeBron wants to play,
LeBron's the only one on that thing right
he
there.
can
that will
play defense, and then Nikola Jokic can guard the paint.
he's a liability in pick and roll. Millennials are going to have trouble playing defense.
Millennials are going to have trouble playing defense. For me, it comes down to like who's better between the boomers and Gen X.
So you're putting millennials in?
I think is this like the finals? Are we doing like a
Sure.
Yeah.
Game 7 game series.
I don't know if I am or not. I really don't know.
Here, Steinrich is in the chat. Steph and KD off the ball with Jokic and Braun. IQ might be unstoppable. Martinez, don't do this. He can't play. He can't move. You know that.
Steph and KD off the ball, Jokic and Bron IQ might be unstoppable.
I'm just
I
kidding,
mean,
Clayton. I'm just kidding, Clayton. Just chill. Just chill. Oh my God. All right. So Gen X is Kobe, Tim Duncan,
Yeah.
KD,
Yeah.
Shaq, who they created a rule for, and then Allen Iverson.
I'm not gonna lie to you. Originally, when I first picked this, it was Gen X for me.
I think. Okay, but Boomers is MJ, that's Hakeem,
Yep, Magic,
Magic, Barkley, Bird. Yeah, the three ball's gonna kill them, but that's
because none of them can shoot.
not
Larry can shoot. Larry Bird can
from
shoot.
wherever.
Larry can shoot.
But that's
Jordan
about
wasn't a great 3-point shooter.
No,
He's going to defend. Magic with the ball in his hands is Magic. Olajuwon and Shaq, they can compete against each other. I think KG KG will break Barkley
Oh,
at
you
the 4.
think so?
At the 4. That's where I think they win.
So right now, like the matchup, you're going Boomers
Actually,
Gen X.
it would be Duncan against Barkley, and that's
Yeah.
even worse.
Yeah, that's worse.
Because KG would be at the 3
He'd
there.
have to play a 3. So y'all you're going Gen X and Boomers, right? We're saying millennials don't have enough defense.
I don't know.
Who's definitely in? We have to narrow this down.
To me, Gen X. Gen X.
Gen
is
X
in.
is definitely in.
Gen
All
X
right,
is in.
Okay, so Gen X is in. Let's go millennials versus boomers in a basketball game. MJ versus, no, I guess that'd be Magic versus Curry.
Magic and Curry, the 2 best point guards of all time, in my opinion.
I think the size by itself, I got to lean Magic.
Could he keep up with Curry and him shooting the
I
3?
think he's so athletic and long. No one else can. He won't be any worse than anyone else.
That's true. I'll buy it.
He won't be anyone else worse than anyone else.
Yep.
Go to the 2 guard. I guess
Jordan versus
LeBron?
Harden.
Oh yeah. Oh, give me Jordan. Jordan's gonna.
Bird would guard Harden though, if we're being honest.
Jordan and LeBron are guarding each other.
Yes.
Okay, so let's go. Oh God, Bird Harden. Give me Bird
All day.
all day long. Relatively easy.
Yeah.
But the real question is, let's go MJ LeBron. I think we're both MJ's our GOAT, so we were going to say MJ.
Right.
So it's our podcast, so I'm going to do that. I was going to call it a draw, but I'm not going to call it a draw. I'm going MJ. So right now we're 3 for 3 for the Boomers. Mm-hmm. Not a huge advantage, but we're going to say slight advantage.
Yeah.
Margins
I
are
think
razor thin.
Bird and Harden is a huge advantage for Boomers.
I agree. So who's guarding
KD.
Jokic?
Who's guarding KD is the problem for me.
Yeah, no one.
Right. Barkley would be tasked with that assignment.
Keem couldn't do it.
No, Keem's got to guard. He's got to
Jokic.
guard Jokic.
So I think they win both those matchups. I think it's 3-2.
Yeah.
I think the Boomers advance.
So Boomers versus Gen X. Is that what you're saying?
Boomers versus Gen X is where I'm at. I'm going to pause here, read some comments. Boomers, so Travis Smith, Game 7, can't pick against MJ. We can get we got another guest, KB. We'll get him on too. Super good.
Plugged in.
Yep, very plugged in the in all of sports, but specifically Florida, right?
Yep.
We'll find a time, Mr. Mesnard. Olajuwon wiping Shaq, in my opinion. I don't know. Boomers have the intangibles. Go ahead and read it.
Terrence said, what if you flip NJ to guard KD and put Barkley on Bron? I think LeBron would abuse Barkley.
I do too.
And I don't know. KD is so long and athletic.
He's one of the best scorers in the history of the game.
Just
At
pure
6'11".
scores. Just pure scores. Yes.
At
It's not,
6'11".
he is.
Ask the pros. They'll tell you he's one of the most skilled players in the NBA. Mm-hmm.
So me and you ultimately though, I think me and you have Gen X versus Boomers.
Yeah, that's where we're at. Let's focus there.
Okay.
Boy.
Iverson versus Magic. It goes to Magic.
Magic.
Kobe and Jordan. Slight edge to Jordan. It's got to be a slight edge. To Jordan.
So hard. Yes. It
has to be.
God, I love Kobe. Yep, MJ.
Okay.
So right now it's 1-1 and it's even too.
No. It's 2-0. Because Magic's over Iverson. I love Iverson.
Okay,
Iverson's one of my
yeah.
favorites of all time.
But it's a slim margin in
But-
the second matchup.
yeah,
Okay. So
I
right
think
now
that's
we're
a pretty significant margin
in the first one.
in the first one.
Iverson, Magic.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Jordan and Bryant
Very
are
slim.
very slim. So then we go to the 3. KD versus Bird. Or KG. Sorry, not KD. KG versus Larry.
Probably have to lean Bird, right?
Damn. I did not expect this to happen this way.
Me either. I think I have to lean Bird over KG.
I think I have to too.
KG's really good. They're all elite, so we don't need to keep saying that. But I have to say that. I have to say that to justify moving on from it. So I'm gonna go Bird over KG's very slim margin, 3-0 right now. 4, Duncan Barkley.
Yeah, it's a Duncan and a landslide on that one. That's a huge margin to me.
That's a big one. That makes up, I think.
And then Shaq and Hakeem, like you said, Shaq. They have rules made after that guy. So Shaq now Hakeem is one of the greatest of all time.
Yep.
But Shaq to me is the greatest of all time as far as centers go, and he is the most dominant force that's ever played in the game of basketball, in my opinion.
Mesnar said that Olajuwon dominated Shaq. I don't remember. I honestly, God, I don't remember.
There was
I
a
didn't watch
moment.
enough.
There was a moment when Shaq was in Orlando, where Hakeem did do some work.
Yep. KB
But-
said that the Gen X has no 3-point shooters. I think Kobe would have a word, even though traditionally he's a streaky. Kobe was a streaky.
He was
three-point
very
shooter.
streaky. I think KG may be the best 3-point shooter on that roster.
And so to his point, he may be right. Gen X does not have enough 3-point shooters. They may have as much as the Boomers. I think I'm gonna go Boomers, Joey. I think I'm gonna go Boomers.
Steinrich said a KG Bird matchup might produce the best trash talk in the history of life.
Would.
Facts.
Ain't no might.
Now,
Remove might. It would.
plus you add Jordan and Kobe to that.
And them too.
This game might not end. Actually, it would end in a brawl.
Yeah.
The Malice in the Palace. Yeah, I'm not. I'm going Gen X. Sorry. Going Gen X.
You're going Gen X?
I am.
I'm going Boomers.
Shaq
I'm going-
Diesel.
I'm going Boomers, man. All right, so I think we're going to have a lot of pushback between that Gen X or the Boomers. Does everyone or does most everyone agree that it's Gen X versus the Boomers?
That's a good
I
question.
think Clayton is on the Millennials.
Clayton's definitely on the Millennials.
I just don't think they play defense well enough. And how good offensively are they when teams are allowed to play defense and are committed and willing and want
It's
to
Harden
play
for me.
defense?
It's Harden for me. That's why I'm not picking him.
Harden is, but it's Curry too on defense. Like he doesn't play defense. They don't play defense.
No, but he's going to make up for it by scoring 37. And then he's going to hit you with this right here.
Yeah, and he's gonna punch in the jaw when no
Maybe.
one's looking. No one's looking. I'm not catching it. They're not catching it. He's getting punched in the mouth.
Trav said, yeah, Gen X versus Boomers.
Okay, good. I think most will agree.
Mesner said Boomers. Christy said yes, but Boomers win.
Yep. All right, so most everyone agrees that it's those two generations, but I'm with McCardles. I'm with McCardles. And anytime you're with the McCardles,
You're
you're probably right.
Yeah, you're doing pretty good.
So it's a fun show, man.
It was. I'm trying to figure out why I don't like James Harden. I just don't like him. To be
So
honest.
his antics. So I'll say this, then we can move on, or and close the show out. His antics of how he gets like so many foul calls, like the swish through, like the swing through.
Right.
Like they're not calling that in that era. They may call it on you.
Yeah.
Like they may.
Yeah.
Like, you're not getting that call. You're not getting.
You're right.
And so like hand checking Curry, he's fine like on the ball, but how many people are allowed to be in Curry for pick him up at half court and be in him like hand checking him and make his life hell?
You're right.
They'll be able to.
Yeah, exactly. Clayton said free throw merchant about James Harden.
Yeah, and that he won't get those calls. He will not get that call in the era that we set it at.
No, not in the 2000s or the 90s or the 80s. 2000s a little bit more lenient, but
Correct.
nah, I don't like him. I really just don't. I just don't like him
Me either, man.
as a player, not as a human. I think he seems like a fine human, but I don't like him.
Maybe.
I don't like him as a player. Actually, he bothers me quite a bit.
Yeah.
Um,
Same.
Harden and Curry step back would be a travel. Harden's for sure.
Bingo.
Harden's for sure. Curry got a chance,
Maybe.
Curry's got a chance.
Just because he's a nice guy.
and he does it in a much more fluid way.
Yeah,
Harden just steps back. It doesn't even
Twice.
care. Yeah, it's not the one step back. It's the second step back with the ball right here.
the ball never touches. It looks like high school PE. Trust me, they all do try to duplicate that move.
It's true. It's
They'll
true.
They'll step back. They'll end up in the paint, pick up the dribble, and be at the NBA 3-point line in no dribbles and throw the thing off the roof. It's terrible. I should film that.
That's all. That's everything.
That's it, buddy.
All right. Somebody is fighting. Who said that earlier? Somebody said that. First time, yeah, Trav. First time Curry does stupid celebrations, he's going to sleep.
Yeah, you don't got to worry about him anymore.
He'll do this, and then he'll actually do that.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about it anymore.
James Harden does the icky shuffle step back. Somebody is fighting. Mesnard Boomers again. All right. That's going to be it for tonight, sitters. This has been Joey Edge along with Chris Martinez, and we are Front Porch Sitting. See you next time, sitters.
Lasers, baby.
Lasers for life.
Join the bracket. Join the bracket.
Join the bracket now. ESPN.com.
FPS 25, password FPS 25, exclamation point. Join it. It'll be fun.